So, thought I'd do a bit of a, maybe start a YouTube series, because everyone else seems to be doing one, on my DC2 that I've just bought. It's just a rolling shell at the minute, but I thought this episode sort of thing of the series, I'll go through what it needs, and then every time I do a little bit on it, I maybe make a video out of it. So, just thought I'd go around the car and give it a bit of an introduction. I need to fit the panels, got the front wings and the headlights here. So I start off with, it's missing all the wiring from the engine bay and the headlight looms. I'm storing my AD8Rs in here. It's been painted by what looks to be a 5-year-old, and whoever's installed the K-swap mounts from the previous engine, it did have a K24 in it, and then a K20 turbo by the look of it. They've done an interesting job of drilling. It's missing the windscreen. Previous lad I bought it off, he accidentally broke it. It's for some reason got a 4x113 hub conversion on it, even though it should be a 5-stud. It's a 1999, this car, Milano red, obviously. Interior's pretty much missing. The dashboard is down there. It's had a very interesting seat mount setup welded in, which I'm not a big fan of, and it's also had an enormous hole cut in for a underfloor shifter, so that'll need plating over. Make our way around to the back. It's missing the tail lights, unfortunately, so I'll need to get a set of those. And it's missing the rear spoiler as well, so I'm not too sure what I'm going to do with that. Maybe run a different one. The plan for the car is to full roll cage, sort of VTEC challenge kind of spec car, K24 most likely. K24 Frank, I've got a K20 with a blown bottom end, so I think I'll use the head off that and make K24 Frank for it. The boot floor on the car is absolutely rotten. You can see it's pretty bad, so that needs addressing. I apologise, my camera skills are absolutely terrible. I'm filming this on my phone, I'm not really used to doing this sort of thing. It's had a lot of the panelling cut out of the back, unfortunately, with a grinder. He's cut through this pillar, yeah, so that'll need addressing. It's pretty bad, the workmanship in this car, so we'll need to fix that, clean it up, weld that shut, and then I'm not too worried about that because it'll have the full cage in. As far as other than the boot floor, it's got a little bit of corrosion around, a bit of bubbling. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, a bit bubbling around the arches, but the actual lips are still there in half decent condition, so hopefully I'll be able to get away with treating that. And the sills aren't too bad either. The worst part of this car is definitely the rear, because for some genuinely bizarre reason, I've just looked under the car, so the rear arms are held on with screws, and then for some bizarre reason the previous guy has decided to cut out a section of the rear arm to get the shock. I assume the shock bolt is either snapped. I'm assuming the head snapped on the shock bolt, so instead of trying to get it out like a normal person, he's just cut a big channel out, and the shock's not even for this car. I don't even know what that's from. Same on the other side, unfortunately. I'm not too worried about that because I'll change all the arms on the car anyway. I'll probably go back to 5-stud as well. It's come with an exhaust. I'm not sure I'll run that. It's only 2.5 inch. I'll probably run a 3 inch. A few miscellaneous bits. Radiator, which is quite nice actually. Alley radiator. A bit of interior panelling, but I don't think I'll run any of the interior other than possibly dash top and the door cards. So in trying to put the headlights on, I've noticed same on both sides. Obviously this low radiator support has been made, and the stiffening T-piece sort of thing is missing, but it's obviously had a bit of a shunt or some load put on this member, because both of these brackets for the headlights are bent. This side the headlight actually goes in, but this side it's too far compressed, so it won't. So I'm going to possibly get the engine crane around, try and pull it straight. So I've managed to just pull it by hand with a bit of light persuasion from the big hammer to get the light in. Obviously you can see this hole here is supposed to line up with the bracket holding the threaded hole in the bracket underneath it. You can see how that's pulled in, because this is still compressed. So at some point, not today, I'll heat it up, pull it, see if we can get it somewhere straight. If not, possibly looking at a new cross member, which you could do. I'd like to do JDM front end swap on this, but to be honest, the car's never going to be a sort of show car. As long as it looks good from 10 feet away and it's structurally sound, that'll do me. Because no matter what, I'll end up crashing it into something. So this is the 3-inch piping for my EG. Excuse the mess I'm mid-tidying up through my unit. This is my EG, K20 EG. It's very dusty. I've had this car now for nearly a year. Put the shifter in there. It's a pretty good car, to be honest. I've had the rear arches replaced, so it's going in for paint at some point in the next month or so. It's K28-2 with a EP3 6-speed box with an EK9 LSD. A friend of mine did a bit of machining to fit. Skunk to Ultra inlet, 1320-esque manifold, 3-inch megaphone. Obviously I need to make the exhaust for that. Stock cam still. So it should be a fun little car. It's got 5-stud EK9 hub swap on it. I've got some R32 GTR wheels to go on the car. That's what the tyres are for, the 225, so we'll see if we can fit a 225 in the back on an 8-inch wheel. Maybe. It's got some spoon mirrors there. But that's that little car. So yeah, I don't think anyone will end up watching this video, but I'll put it out and see what the crack is. If anyone wants me to continue it and do some updates as I go, maybe do some updates with this car as well, because this is nearly finished. I'll be going for mapping soon. It's running on a K Pro V4 with the Bluetooth. But yeah, if anyone fancies watching any more content, give us a like or a comment. I don't know how to do this YouTube stuff. I'm not going to make any money off it, so do whatever you want. But yeah, cheers, and maybe see you in the next one if I make another one.